Shelethia Tre'nae, and I am back with another video. So, a lot of you guys have been asking me about my enlistment process into the United States Air Force. So I decided to just break my experience down into little segments so that you guys can get a clear understanding of how it was for me. So I'm going to explain everything that you need to know from the very beginning to the very end, all the way up to BMT graduation. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to discuss my initial recruitment. So for me, I started in early January. Let's see, I first talked to a recruiter in January, and I think my process really started around like April. And that's because of me switching recruiters and then the height to weight ratio thing that I told you guys about. So walking into my recruiter's office, let me just first say I did not end up with the same recruiter that I started with. You guys, I went through 3 different recruiters. 3. Let me tell y'all, that little stereotype about women being difficult, it's true. It's very true. I went through 3 different recruiters, you guys, and I got it right on the 3rd time, obviously. Not to say that none of my recruiters were, right for me, but I mean, I feel like all 3 of my recruiters were good recruiters, okay? But I wanted a recruiter that connected with me, that thought like me, that understood my path and what I wanted to do. And with me, I kind of need somebody to just like be in my corner and tell me, right from wrong. Not so much a recruiter that's gonna say this is the path that you need to go on, and just because I went on this path, you need to go this way, because your experience could be different from mine, and you definitely want somebody who's going to tell you why they don't want you to go a certain way. Not so much just because I'm in the Air Force and I said so, I have more experience, listen to me, because this is your life at the end of the day, So you want to do what is best for you, and you want somebody who's going to thoroughly explain to you why you shouldn't go the route that they don't want you to go, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I kind of got a little confusing in there, but do what's right for you. Moral of the story, do what's right for you. Find somebody who cares for you and who has your best interest. Now, my first recruiter was an active duty Air Force recruiter, and I actually went to him by mistake. When I decided to join the Air Force, when I was still contemplating and I just wanted to get more information from like a recruiter, when I decided to talk to them, I had the mindset that I wanted to go reserve. What I wanted to do was I wanted to go reserve and then eventually down the line go active. But I did not know that it's harder to go from reserve to active than it is to go from active to reserve. So I was like, I'll just take my chances. Let me just get more information. I'm gonna go and talk to this Air Force recruiter. So when I went to his office, he was very nice. I was like, hey, I want to, join the Air Force, and I told him all about me and everything. He was so cool. He was pretty straight to the point. He had an attitude that was like, I'm not gonna, beg you. You wanna do it. You put in the effort to do it. I do my part, and that's that. Which I like. But sometimes it makes it kind of hard to talk, to people like that, because you don't feel like they're open to getting to know you. Which I mean, let me not say it like that. Like, they're not open to getting to know you to help you go down the path that's right for you. They kind of just want to like get you in and get you out. Like, it's all about the numbers. But he was cool and everything. He definitely tried to win me over on being active. He listened to everything that I had to say. And after I got done, he was just like, well, we're not reserve. We're active. And we're active duty. I'm an active duty recruiter. And the nearest reserve recruiter is about 4 hours away. I've only seen him once. I can give you his information, but let me tell you why you should go active. And so he tried to win me over with going active, and I'm pretty stubborn, so I was like, thank you for the information, but I think I'm gonna stick to my decision. But what's next? Like, what do I do? So he was the one that scheduled my ASVAB. He took me in the back. We did like a pre-test. He asked me pre-screening questions. It was very simple. He asked me, he weighed me. So the Air Force has this height to weight ratio. And it's very, very difficult because most people have issues with it because either you're overweight or you're extremely underweight. Nobody's ever like perfect. It's kind of unrealistic in this day and time, but it's the standard that they require for you to join. So you have to do what you have to do to meet that. But there are ways to get around it if you lift weights or something. I know like my boyfriend, he lifts weights, so his weight doesn't match with his height to Air Force standards. But there is a body fat composition measurement thing where they measure the ratio of muscle and body fat on your body, and there's a certain percentage that you have to be under, and if you meet that, then you can get it. So yeah, that was that. I was overweight compared to the Air Force standards, but just slightly, so it was nothing too serious. But he was the one that did all of that for me. And he even wished me good luck on the day of my test, which was really good. Now, my reserve recruiter, my second recruiter, I will say, he played a major part in me deciding to go active. He was a master sergeant. He was a senior master sergeant. So I expected, more from him. He started out really good. He started out as if he had my best interest. But the only thing that was different, the only thing I did not like about his recruiting techniques is his communication was horrible. Y'all, when I say horrible, okay? He was always either sick or at appointments. I met him one time. I didn't make the drive to go see him. He actually met me halfway, so I drove 2 hours, he drove 2 hours to make up that total of 4 hours. It was inconvenient for me. He was located so far away, and his communication was bad. Oftentimes, I didn't know what was going on. We pretty much got our information to and from each other through fax or email, which could get difficult and tricky because oftentimes he wouldn't even confirm that he received it or something like that, but he was a genuine person, really, down to earth, cool, relaxed, a little too relaxed, because his communication was just, like I said, horrible. A lot of times it would be like 3 or 4 days in between our conversations, and I would be asking questions like, what do I need to do now? Do you need this? Have you heard anything about this? Or I don't know what this is, or something, some type of question that I felt was important, and I needed to a clear understanding of what was going on. Like, instead of just saying I need this, like he was pretty much like, I need this, send this to me, and I'm just giving him stuff, but I'm wondering, like, what is this stuff for? What's the next step? Do I need to plan ahead to the next time I meet with you? Stuff like that. Like, what are we waiting on? A lot of stuff like that he could not answer within a reasonable time frame. It was always like 3 or 4 days before I got a response, and his responses were like you girls know the typical guys that only respond to maybe like a piece of your message. That was him. So I still had questions that were like unanswered. Like, they were very short, simple, and dry, and not a lot of information. And I would just be like, huh? Like, now I'm even more confused. Like, what are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? I asked you like 3 questions. But one time, you guys, story time. So one time he scheduled me for an ASVAB retake because I wanted to get a higher score. And so he scheduled me for it. We were talking on the phone. He was like, okay, I'll schedule you for it next Tuesday. Be there at this time or whatever. And he was like, I'll call you back sometime before that day and confirm that, make sure you're ready for it and everything. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, thank you, or whatever. We hung up. So Sunday came and I texted and I was like, hey, did you schedule, like, is everything good to go for me to take the test? And no response, nothing. I hadn't heard from him since that day that I had talked to him about scheduling the test. Well, Monday came, which is the day before the test, and I was like, hey, have you heard anything? Is everything good to go? I don't know if you got my text. No response. I called his office phone. He gave us his personal cell phone number. I called his personal cell phone. I left a message. Nothing. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna blow a recruiter up, but I kind of need to know, what to do in this situation. So I just waited a little bit. I was like, maybe he'll rush and shoot me a text the day of. I woke up that morning, nothing. So I was kind of put in like a sticky situation. I'm like, I don't know if he scheduled it. So should I not go, or should I go and just hope that he scheduled it? So I went and hoped that he scheduled it, and they didn't even have me scheduled. So the liaison there, the Air Force recruiter that works at the MEPS, had to schedule me in for a same day test, and I was able to test. He contacted the reserve recruiter, contacted me later that evening after I tested and was like, how'd the test go? And I'm like, you didn't schedule me for the test, somebody else did, but it went well. I didn't hear anything from you, so I just went, And he was like, yeah, sorry, I've been sick, I've been at an appointment, I'm on sick leave, and all. Like, he would have so many different excuses and such lack of communication, which I understand things come up, but for me, it was just inconvenient for me, and I didn't want to deal with it. It was just way too much baggage for your girl. So I went and found another recruiter. I went to an active recruiter, my third recruiter. Coolest recruiter ever, y'all. So I went to him and talked to him about my situation, and he was, a little sketchy at first, because he was pretty much like, he was cool. Like, he was like, I'll welcome you with, open arms to the active side, but once I take you, you're not going back. Basically, he was like, it's not you, either you're active or you're reserved. It's not I start your active duty work and then you still try to continue on, from the next steps with your reserve recruiter. Like, it's active duty recruiter or reserve. Like, that's it. And so I was like, I'm here. Don't have to worry about whatever. So I let my reserve recruiter know that I decided to go active, and it was just like, he called and he was just like, I'm sitting here with my supervisor, and we wanted to talk to you, about your decision to go active. I'm not gonna persuade you, otherwise I want you to do what's best for you. And then he continued on for a whole hour, you guys, a whole hour about how I should stay reserved. So I'm like, you said you're not gonna persuade me, but you are persuading me, which I understand that's their job to do because they're recruiters. But the point of that is, find a recruiter that works for you. I see a lot of people saying they don't like their recruiters are not nice, their recruiters aren't helpful, they're disrespectful, they don't have a lot of information. A lot of people go in blindsided. Do not go in blindsided. Just switch recruiters. It's okay. It's the beginning of your experience. Like, it's actually the initial part of your experience. So your experience hasn't even really started yet. You still have time. Switch your recruiters if you have to, but be smart about it, because you can't get, you get past a certain point, you can't say, oh, I want to switch recruiters now. It may be too late. Definitely get to know your recruiters. Let them know what you want, and definitely be honest with them. Be 100% honest with them. If you don't feel like you can be honest with your recruiter, then you need to go to another recruiter. Because if you find one that you can be honest with, that has your best interest, you won't have any problems when you get to MEPS. And MEPS is what you really need to worry about. Because if you tell them anything that your recruiter does not know, you can easily get disqualified or temporarily disqualified, or anything could happen. So definitely be open with your recruiter. If you have, tickets, if you have misdemeanor or whatever, anything, just tell your recruiter. Tattoos, piercings, I've heard it all. Just be open with, your recruiter on everything. Do not lie. You have no reason to lie to your recruiter. They're going to help you. They're recruiters. When you go and talk to your recruiter, you can wear regular clothes. I know a lot of people say dress like you're going to an interview. You definitely want to be comfortable. You don't have to dress up in business casual clothes or business attire. I went casual. You can wear jeans if you want to. I wouldn't wear ripped jeans or skinny jeans, or something. You could wear comfortable jeans, and if you want, you can wear a t-shirt. Like, it's not that serious. They're not focused on your appearance so much. It won't disqualify you or anything. That is illegal. So go comfortable, but go presentable, because first impression is everything. But you don't have to go all out. You don't have to be A1. You don't have to walk in there with the freshest whatever on. It's not like that. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna say hi. Who are you? You're gonna say, hey, my name is so and so. Nice to meet you. I'm interested in joining, and they're gonna give you information on that, and that's pretty much it. So don't focus too much on what to wear or what to say. Be yourself and be honest. Like I said, just be yourself. Be honest. In April, when it officially started, that's when they started doing background checks, credit checks, and tons and tons of paperwork. You don't get to pick your job later on down the line until you officially swear in. So like after MEPS is when you get to pick your job. So don't think that after you take your ASVAB, you get to pick your job then, because you don't. Because you still have to take into consideration MEPS. You have to go through, the color vision things, like your hearing test, breathalyzer, the little duck walks and stuff where they analyze your bones and all this stuff. You have to go through a full-on physical, basically. So that plays a big part into what jobs you qualify for. But don't be nervous when you go talk to your recruiter. Like I said, be yourself, be honest, be comfortable, and be professional. Just remember that they're there to help you at the end of the day. So, I've rambled enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, please be sure to drop them down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.